Thank you very much, Madam President. I also want to join you in thanking all those who have participated and have contributed to this discussion. I only have a few personal considerations, as this is also an internal meeting of the PA with colleagues. But I would take it from the question that Ms. Piakauma had asked about the deadline, what happens after the deadline of the 31st of August. Indeed, yesterday there was a G7 meeting where this discussion took place, and after President Biden said that 31st August deadline is kept, there were some other countries who tried to suggest maybe a different format, the G20, which I think would be reasonable because it would include also China, Russia, and Turkey in this discussion. I think it would be important to involve other partners. The advantage that we have in the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly is that indeed we involve mostly the countries of the region in this discussion. So this conversation was very timely and welcomed. But I wanted to make a personal consideration, Madam President, also to give a sense to all of us in this discussion of what we're talking about here. If you think, actually, if the camera could take over here, and not only on me, but on my colleagues. I'm in the office here with my colleagues, mainly women between the age of 24 to 28, 30. And if I think of similar colleagues of theirs in Afghanistan today, those who are in the age of 25, 27, 28, they've only known a different Afghanistan. I mean, there are some who have known Afghanistan before 2001, and they've lived in a different system. And so now they're afraid because they're returning to the old system. But those who are about this age, they've only lived in this system. They've only lived in a system where there is more or less a little bit more freedom, where you can talk, where you can dress in the way you want, where you can listen to music, where you can use social media. So they've known, let's say, a more life more similar to the one, of course, respectful of their tradition, but more a similar life of those of the young generation of our countries. And I'm thinking of this deadline that Piakauma mentioned, also to understand what we're talking about. For some of them, 31st, I mean, it's next Tuesday, means that life as they're known it today is gone. On the 31st of August, you are locked in your house, forget about studying. You are not going out of your house unless you are accompanied by a man. You are no longer given the possibility to use social media. So it's quite a dramatic impact. I do not find it at least surprising that people are queuing up in an airport or trying to hang on a plane, because if the alternative is that the life that you've known it so far, I mean, just imagine those of us who have known this life so far, we tell these colleagues of mine tomorrow, on Tuesday, that's it. You are going to be locked in a house. You're going to be accompanied by a man to do shopping. And you can no longer study, you cannot longer use social media, you cannot longer do the things that you've done so far. It's quite dramatic. And I mean, I've been working for international organizations for many years, and one of the foundation of the international order is that indeed human rights are something that are not a concession by a government, but they are something that governments recognize, or something that are pre-existing governments. And I think also the responsibility of governments and the responsibility of international organizations is to make sure that governments recognize that to their people. And when human rights are violated, it is the moment when the international community should step up and, of course, make conditional to any government that the basic human rights, the basic freedoms have to be respected. So I don't know whether I am more concerned, some have expressed concern, or I'm more ashamed as a member of the international community. But it is something that is very worrying, and at least I would have hoped that this deadline of the 31st of August is not so stringent, but at least it's given the possibility to those who have worked with international organizations and the international mission in Afghanistan to at least leave safely the country. But as that is not possible, at least after the G7 discussions yesterday, at least I can say from our side, we've done our job in the OSCE PA. At least we have raised the flag, we have spoken up. So I'm proud of what we've done here today. Again, I just like to put myself and to bring all of us into the shoes of an ordinary person who has lived for 20 years in one way and then from next Tuesday has to give up her life. That's quite dramatic. On this note, Madam President, I yield back to you. Thank you very much.